So Phil, tell me a little bit about the biggest real estate transaction you closed this year.
Well, this wasn't the biggest transaction I've had this year, but the biggest win I had for a client was the longest transaction I've had maybe ever. So we listed a house in Queen Anne in March. We got 6 offers right away, went under contract above asking price, and then it proceeded to take about 5 months for the closing to happen. So behind the scenes, sadly, the seller's husband had passed away the year before. He had a couple children from a previous marriage that were now grown adults. They're in their 60s or 70s, and they thought that they had a right to some of the proceeds from this sale. They were doing everything they could to stop this sale from closing. We had countless notices from attorneys telling us they had rights to the proceeds, that the sale could not close, that I was doing things wrong, and in the dark of the night trying to get this transaction closed. At the end of the day, these kids were doing everything they could to get their hands on some of this money. Believe it or not, there was a will that said they had no right. So we had to sift through every notice and document that came from these attorneys, prove it wrong. Our seller had to go to court several times. In the end, she prevailed. We closed the transaction. The kids did not have rights to any of those funds, and the seller's happily on their way. That was not my largest transaction, but it was a long one, and we had a good result at the end of the day.